In 1981, a British movie took the world by storm and took Hollywood completely by surprise. It was nominated for 7 Academy Awards and won 4 of those Oscars, amongst them the cream of the awards, the Best Picture and Best Screenplay. It was produced by David Putnam, directed by Hugh Hudson and written by Colin Welland. Colin Welland famously ended his acceptance speech brandishing the Oscar and uttering a war cry the Americans hadn't heard for 200 years. The British are coming. Today, we are in a very special place indeed. This is Brooklyn Botanic Gardens, created in 1910 by Alfred Treadway White. And in fact, we are sitting here in his memorial, this beautiful little amphitheatre. In actual fact, it took another 2 decades for the British to come, as Colin had warned, and in fact now it would appear the British have pretty much taken over Hollywood. Nearly every series, network series, has a clutch of British actors in series regular roles, the lead role, and up until recently 3 of the main superheroes were portrayed by Brits. Batman was Christian Bale, and Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield, and Superman is Henry Cavill. Yes, the Brits are now running Hollywood. My name is John Pirkis, and this is Diary of a Failed Actor. This is the Vox I have had so many requests to put together here and bring to you. Moving to Los Angeles. How feasible is that? How realistic is that? And the big question that's always asked, when should I come to Hollywood? When is the right moment? It's going to be tough love. And I'm going to tell you how it truly is via major players in the industry and what they have to say. There are at least, and this is a conservative number here, it's much more than this, 145,000 actors in Los Angeles. And it grows when it comes to pilot season, fluctuates in numbers, but this is a fact. Every day, 200 actors come into Hollywood. But every day, 200 actors leave Hollywood. This is a very difficult nut to crack. Kenneth Branagh was quoted in one of the industry journals as saying, if you're a nobody in Hollywood, the doors simply will not open for you. You can bang on them, you can scream as loud as you like. Last year, with Spotlight, Equity hosted 2 panels. One was for the actors coming in, I mentioned this, from London, and one was for the actors leaving, going back to London. This year, incidentally, they're going to have a whole week of events hosted by Equity and Spotlight. At the panel last year was Duncan Millership. Duncan was with United Artists. He then transferred to William Morris Entertainment in Sydney before eventually moving to Los Angeles with what is now William Morris Endeavour Entertainment. He has amongst his clients Hugh Jackman, Emma Thompson, Helena Bonham Carter, John Barrowman. He was asked this question, well, you know, we're here now, what happens next? His answer? Go home. Yeah, that's a tough one to hear when you've just spent all this money to arrive in LA. But what he was saying is true. If you're not represented by one of the top 5 agents in London, if you don't have an agent in London who has introduced you to one of the top 5 or the next league of agents in Hollywood, if you're not currently in a production in London, in a TV series, or about to open in a film across the globe, or if you're not coming to LA to be in a series, or because you've got a project that you're engaged in, go home, because you're going to sit at Starbucks or Pete's Coffee, Coffee Bean, and you're going to moan and bitch about the fact that nothing's happening. Or worse, you're going to sit next to an actor who is a regular in a series, and that's going to piss you off even more. A group of Irish actors in Dublin were given the opportunity of an audience with Kathy Bates. This was mediated by John Hubbard of Hubbard Casting, very famous casting group in London. John and Ross Hubbard, and now their children Dan and Amy Hubbard. And Kathy Bates was asked this question: when is the right time to come to Los Angeles? Her answer: when you're invited, stay where you are. Build up a body of work. Cut your teeth in theatre. Go to Wales. This is what she said. Go to Wales. Doctor Who is so popular. Get into Doctor Who. Get into a production that is recognised in America. Build up that body of work. Have that representation that can introduce you to the representation in Hollywood, that can open the doors and get you in to the TV programs that are being made there. Getting the picture here. It's tough. It is tough. So you're asking, well, why did I go out to Hollywood? Good question. I was lucky. I was invited. I had a management out here who wanted to represent me. I also had friends who were incredibly generous and put me up for 9 months in their Beverly Hills home while I was finding my feet and gaining further capital to establish myself in my own apartment in Los Angeles. When I first came to Hollywood, I came with an 01. And that, just to that point, did enable me to do some studio TV shows. Now, you cannot do any without a green card. You certainly can't do any feature films. What is the 01? That is your work visa. That is 3 to 5 years giving you legally entry into the States to be able to work as an actor, as a unique and exceptional alien within the arts. Without that, you can do nothing. Okay, you can do a lot of non-union work, and that does pay. And there are films, there are some cable TV shows you can do, commercials you can do, and commercials in LA, in America, still pay with residuals. When I arrived, I had lunch with a friend of mine, David Ladd. Johnny, why are you here? I don't understand. You should leave. Hollywood is packing up and going over to the UK. What are you doing here? It's all happening over there. He was right. Here's the other thing. Hollywood is no longer in the building. They have moved. Lock, stock and barrel, their production. Yes, there are series being filmed there, and that's what a lot of the studios have turned themselves over to. For the drama TV series, the cop series that are shot out in LA, they're shot at Universal or Warner Brothers or the Fox plot. And other big series, The Nick currently, Homeland, Blue Blood, Strain, Walking Dead, you name it, they are being shot in Vancouver, Toronto, North Carolina, New Orleans, Louisiana, Virginia. Game of Thrones, Ireland, at the Titanic Studios. The big movies, Star Trek, Star Wars, they're filming in Australia, they're filming in the UK. So you have to think really hard before you make that decision and invest all that money to move out to Los Angeles. You come out to Hollywood, you want to make it in a TV series, you want to make it in a movie. Your chance on the back of everything I have just told you of achieving that is equal to this. Winning the $350 million on this Powerball ticket. But that said, regardless of what I've just imparted to you here, if you really, really want to come out to Los Angeles, then listen to what I have to say next. Do your homework. Come out to LA, not for a week, not for 2 weeks, come for 3 weeks, come for 3 months, come on a 90-day visitor's visa and really experience the city. Because it may not be a city that you actually want to be living in. Remember, there are going to be large chunks of time when you're not working, so you've got to love where you live. It's so important. And there's huge variety in Los Angeles. You've got Santa Monica, you've got Venice, you've got Malibu, right down by the ocean. You've got the valley, you've got Encino, the other side of the hill. Much hotter. And then there's Los Angeles itself. There's the Miracle Mile, that's the area around the Grove and Wilshire Boulevard. Make sure you have enough money. I did not. Maxed out my credit cards. In my first year, I basically needed $30,000 to, well, first of all, I bought a car. Because you need a car. Whatever else someone has told you, you really do need a car to get around Los Angeles. When you have an audition in Beverly Hills, in Burbank, and in Santa Monica in the same day, sorry, you cannot rely on public transport. You cannot. So buy a car. If you're going to buy a car, do not buy anything less than $3,000. Buy a Ford. Buy a Japanese car if you're going to buy. You need credit. Now, it doesn't matter how good your credit is in the UK. As soon as you hit the US soil, your credit stands for nothing, but it is so important. You can't get credit cards without credit. There's so much you can't achieve without credit. Getting a mobile phone. Putting money down on a rented apartment. Now, taking a rental apartment. You're going to have to put down a month in advance, a month's deposit, and if you have no credit, you probably have to put down another month's deposit. I got incredibly lucky. The manager of my building was an actor, stand-up comedian. He checked out my credentials on IMDb, saw all the stuff I did, and convinced the landlord I would be a safe bet. So I was able to move in. Also, you can share. You don't have to take the whole brunt of the rental on your own. So yeah, you've got to get your social security card. That's the next thing up, because you can't get work without it. You've got to pass your driving test. It's also your ID, which you will need to when you go into a bar. Even me, for crying out loud. Hello, yeah, I'm over 21. No, they still want to see your ID. There's some incredible communities within Los Angeles. Brits in LA community, created by Darren Darnborough, Eileen Lee and Craig Bobby Young. It's an incredibly supportive community and really important. Before you even come out to LA, to join Brits in LA on Facebook, because they are a fount of knowledge and help for you in where to rent a car, where to buy a car, where to rent an apartment, where to get furniture from, who is the best attorney to go to sort out the 01 medical insurance. Oh my goodness, you cannot go anywhere without it. Something happens to you in the street, you need an ambulance? Well, that's $2,000 straight there. There are no public ambulances. They are all private. They are mostly run by the fire department. They'll come along, they'll pick you up, bang, thank you sir, that's $2,000. Also, what's open to you is Obamacare. Because the fact of the matter is, when I arrived, you didn't have to have medical insurance. Well, now you do. It's illegal for you not to have medical insurance, and you will be penalised, and your holiday insurance won't cut it. I stuck it out in LA for 4 years, and did I love every minute of it? A lot of it. I met some fabulous people. I've got some incredible friends in Los Angeles. I met my wife in Los Angeles. I managed to make a great living from commercials because, as I said, they pay residuals. I did get my fair share of a scent of bits of TV, short films, feature film even, I shot out there. A lot of non-union stuff before I became union. I created web series with a friend. I got into theatre. There's some wonderful theatre around Los Angeles, as I told you. So when I wasn't doing that, how was I coping? I was very fortunate. That building I found and moved into with my wife, I became the manager of that building. It pretty much became a full-time job. You can imagine 29 units, 29 souls in there, not necessarily all getting on well with each other. I had some extraordinary experiences, but the city was not my city. I constantly felt like I was on holiday there. And as I say, it's horses for courses. It's up to you as an individual whether LA works for you or not. You can make it work. Absolutely you can make it work, but it's going to take you hard graft. Very important. You put the work in, keep up your craft, go to workshops, do a play, get together, create a web series, do a short movie, make a feature. It is so possible in LA. There are so many people out there with the talents that you need behind the camera, in front of the camera. It's a fabulous city for that. After about 2.5 years, you'll be eligible for a green card. And so you need to keep a track of all the work that you're doing there. They'll want to see DVDs of the programs that you've been engaged in, or the films, and all that information to get your green card. It takes a great deal of patience. It might take 3 years, it may take 5, it may take 10, it may take more. I've been in the industry for over 30 years, but hey, it's been tough. It still is tough. I remember points in LA, we literally had $1 to our name. So you've got to be sure, as I say, that your heart is really in it. You're coming here for the right reason. If you come here because you want fame, you want fortune, you want the Beverly Hills mansion, you want the 5-car garage with the Maserati, Aston Martin, Jaguar, Range Rover, convertible Mini, the hot tub, the pool, the hot chicks or the hot boys, whichever it is, honestly, if that's what you want, get into banking, go into finance, become a realtor, an estate agent. You enter this profession because you love it, and you enter it knowing that it is a tough profession, that you've really got to want to stick at it and to do what you love, to be passionate about what you're doing, whatever level. Whether you're in an intimate theatre, a 99-seater, a fringe theatre, where you're being paid nothing, but you're doing what you love, you're doing the most incredible work that you don't perhaps get the opportunity to do elsewhere. Whether you're in a small supporting role in a TV series, or a bigger guest role, or a regular, or a recurring, whatever it is, be coming here for the right reason. If there's anything that you want greater detail on, that I can help you with, any questions you want to ask beyond what I have said here, I am very happy to respond to those. Drop me a line on my blog or via my YouTube channel, and I will answer them to the best of my ability, and I will do some research, more than I have from my present experience, to find you the answers, to make sure that your move is a smooth move to Los Angeles. In our next edition, Moving to New York. My name is John Pirkis, and thank you for watching Diary of a Failed Actor.